Apple Stump Bushcraft. Once again, today we're going to test a couple of multi-tools, particularly the saw function. First we have the Bear Grylls multi-tool, and then we have kind of a generic, looks like it was almost made by a Leatherman. I won this at a medical provider's show, and it has quite a few features, standard kind of stuff, but what we're going to do today is the saw blade, and it locks into place. Back there, chill knife, locks into place, and then you can put it back in there like that. So we're going to test these on some branches. Here's a branch, you can see the end of it. I sawed it off clean with a regular saw so you could see that it's a clean edge and about the diameter. Lost that little straggler there. Maybe an inch or so. So the blade is plenty big enough to accommodate that. So here we go. I'm not going to time this to see how long it is, because the question is, will it actually work? I'm taking pretty full strokes. The hilt of the blade where it goes into the multi-tool is actually striking the wood with each stroke, so they're full strokes. It's a pretty aggressive saw blade. It would be easier probably if I had my foot on there, but I don't. It's binding up in there a little bit. I found that when the blades start binding, if you just ease up on the pressure a little bit, then they don't do so much of that. So I'm not pushing down, I'm just kind of letting the teeth of the saw carry it through. Maybe just a little bit of pressure. And now we're getting close. Turn this a little bit. There we go. So that's a pretty dense wood. This is actually an evergreen variety. It used to be a shrub in my backyard. I took out a couple of years ago, so this wood's nice and dry, but you can see it's very dense. So the unknown multi-tool that I won as a door prize for answering a medical question correctly seems to work pretty good. So we'll put that blade away. And we'll saw the same piece of wood with the Bear Grylls saw blade. And what's neat about the Bear Grylls plier compared to the other one, the multi-tool compared to the other one, is the plier blades, try saying that 10 times fast, come out when it's open, but to access the other blades and tools is not necessary to open the tool itself. So we have a number of them on here. This is the saw blade right here. Somewhat shorter than the other one. Let's put them down for comparison. Bring the handles up about, hilts about there, see? It's a good inch shorter. So we'll find out whether it'll cut through that same thickness of wood. Killed the first mosquito of the season, and it's not even officially spring yet. Alright, here we go. Again, the test is just to see if it will, not how fast. Same thing again, the only binding I find here is when I push too hard on it. It's kicking out a fair amount of chips there. Shorter tooth surface is not quite cutting as fast as the other one did, but again, we're not doing a speed test here. This is just a proof of concept. Is the Bear Grylls saw blade on this multi-tool capable of cutting wood? I think it is. But this may be the outer limits of the diameter for which it's appropriate, an appropriate choice of tool. I'm going to have to say that this end of the stick is too thick for this tool. We were about halfway through it, and I was all the way through it by that time. That amount of time in the other one, so it is cutting, and it will cut all the way through eventually. Whether or not my arm wears out before that time is another question. Well, that's a good sign. I think what this wood might be is juniper. Now that I remember, it smells like evergreen though, so it was probably that evergreen shrub I took out. Again, it's been 2 summers ago, so I have a lot of scraps on the old kindling pile over there. Kind of made a spiral cut there. Made more work for myself. Why is that not a surprise? I'm going to have to say that I chose too thick of a piece of wood to accurately or adequately demonstrate. This is too much work for this little thing. But we're getting there. Not too much more to go. Anybody know any good campfire songs? Spooky ghost stories? Hopefully while you're sawing off this little piece of wood, your camping partner is cooking dinner. We're getting a fire started. Maybe they're waiting on me to finish cutting the wood. My arm is getting tired of working that thing. And there's still half an inch to go right in the middle. The blade's not clogged up or anything, it's just a tough wood, short blade. It's going a little easier for some reason. We'll take it. Start going quick there. Alright. This wasn't supposed to be a half-hour video, it was supposed to be a couple of minutes. Alright. Here it comes, it's coming loose, yay. Alright, at long last. That wood almost looks wet there, but I guarantee you this is 2 years old since I killed it and cut it out. But there we have it. Okay, so the Bear Grylls multi-tool will in fact cut through about an inch piece of wood. If you have the time to spare. To be fair to it, that's too close to the diameter of the radius, diameter of the blade. Anyway, the length of it. So, judge for yourself. I wouldn't feel too put off if I had to depend on one or the other, but if I had my choice to depend on one or the other for the saw feature, this one.